Morning. Welcome to 4 by 8 Paper Stuff. This is Beth. We are in our river journal. We're on the Zambezi.
Good morning. I have no clue what I'm going to do today. None at all. Well, I have ideas about maybe an explorer. The words that I came across a lot in some of the articles that I've been looking up. Animals is a no-brainer for Africa if you ask me. But I don't know which one I'm going to do. And until then, we just fiddle with the cover a little bit more. Got the cover on. Just like the other ones. Except I got the little R. So we have Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3. How many rivers? It seems like we got about 4. Yangtze 1, Colorado 2, Ganges 3, Snake 4, so that's 4. Broad, Nile 2, Sacramento 3, Amazon 4. Okay, so 4. So let's see here. We're doing some math. I don't think it's in that book. Got so many books going here. Yeah, it is. Okay, now we can. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we will have 4 volumes. Ooh. And I don't think the sketchbook project is due to the end of April. It was March. They scooted it up to April, which they were scooting it up last year too, so I'm glad they did it again this year. But I keep waffling back and forth on what I want to do. I'm going to do the Eclipse Journal. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of them, but I'll just add to the pile. Yeah, it was due March 31st. Now I think it's April 30th. So I think how I'm going to approach it is to take my Eclipse Journal that I've already done apart, photocopy it, and use some of those pages. Well, I'll probably use all of them in here, but they're going to have to be resized somehow and or replicated into that format. And I think I'm going to do the front serious and flip it over backwards and do the back to front again silly, just like I did. I'm going to use the same format. So that's, check that off that list. Snake, no, where are we? Zambezi. I like how this turned out. Very simple. There's nothing earth-shattering here. And actually on Instagram, this looks a little scribbly. Well, it is kind of, but now I'm probably shaking the table. But I'm okay with that. Okay, page 2. I really don't want to do this animals yet, and I'm not in the frame of mind to do the explorers. I think I'm going to do Mary Livingstone, who was the wife of, is it John Livingstone? The guy that did all these, Henry Stanley was another guy. Mary Livingstone. I think it's John Livingstone. I don't know. I'll figure it out. I want to do a woman's point of view, since theoretically, never mind. Anyhow, and she seems like she was interesting. Her father did some of the same stuff. He was a Scottish missionary, which Livingstone was a missionary slash Christianity, commerce, and civilization. And Kurtie, your visitor, how close were you? That was really close. That was amazing. Your picture on Instagram. And I don't want to, there's no politics here. You know, did he bring disease? Did he bring too much commerce? Did he bring the whole other world wanting to control this part of the world? That's not entering in any of this. It's just art and me learning by journaling, which is what I love to do. Probably in an art journal format, or at least mixed media. We painted a ton. Here's a piece of paper left over. We're actually making little books out of greeting cards, my granddaughter and I. So, what do I want to do? I don't know. I really don't know. Perhaps I should know before I turn the camera on. Well, I do have this gigantic scrap bin. I do have, okay, wait a second. I have these two papers. Maybe I'll do, okay. Maybe we'll work with these two today. What do the animals look like on here? Or just these words? Okay, we're going to put these words on here somehow. That's what we're doing. Alright, these stupid things. I had these gigantic rocks from an old project. Well, really old. Actually, decorations. I painted them all black and used them on Halloween one time and wrote like boo and things like that on them and used them in a tabletop layout design thing. Decoration. And I use them a lot still. We used to have chalk around and we would erase messages and put different messages on them all the time. Bella this weekend, and now I use them for paperweights. Bella this weekend found a couple of them in a drawer or somewhere and put pink hearts all over them for Valentine's Day and put them under her Valentine's Day tree. So, that's cute too. But they come in handy for paperweights. Okay, so, don't look so bad if you're in Africa. I think on the Snake River, these weren't the right colors, although it really doesn't matter. They could have been Indian, Native American stuff. Now I think they're just going to be... Now, this white, I added texture with it, but it's really too bright. So, let's see if out of some of our scraps, we can't cover up some of that white. And I just happen to have a few scraps. I love these flowers. I might photocopy these too and shrink it down. Isn't that pretty? Just magazine with paint. When you have frustrations, you gotta art it out. That's what that was. But in hindsight, it looks pretty altogether. Okay, this one I think has better colors to use with what's going on there. Won't be too much of a clash, and it sort of blends. But let's see what Tim Holtz comes up with here. Oh, I like that one. Got travel stuff and scraps of his. I like the black though. Oh, here it is in gray. Okay, I like that. And I like the map too. And the green. Hold on. Green. Gray. Is there brown? I may not have used a brown sheet if there was brown. Okay. What about some of this? With distressed ink on it. Let's see what some of that looks like. I like to do this. It picks up the wrinkles. Could probably do it even more. Seems like I had a big brown pad. Oh, hold everything. Hold everything. Oh, wait a second. I'm gonna need, no, I don't need that. Okay. I think we're gonna use black. Yeah, we can use black. Accent parts of this. What is my dog doing? Hold on. Ah, the joys of an older dog. Let's just leave it at that. Some of you are eating your breakfast. Curtie, good morning. Alright, I'm not a fan of these soft stamps. Because I probably don't use them right. They don't stick to this stuff. Well, I guess they can. Okay, let's try this. No, stay, stay, stay. Alright, that's not showing up. Let's go to the little globe. There. It doesn't have to be right geography-wise. I just want a little bit of extra color. Okay, here's a compass. These are Tim Holtz. These are old. Maybe around the 7 or 8-year-old. Maybe not that old, I don't know. I think they had their big convention of all the new supplies. Oh, don't watch those videos on YouTube. Although I'm not a gigantic Tim Holtz type cardboard clocks and all that stuff that he has, suitcases and all that. Love it. Not for me though. And I'm not a gigantic mermaid Jane Davenport. Although I do love her paper. I have to say, I love the paper. I don't have any of the mermaid. I'm not a lady person. It's just not me. I love the travel stuff, like this stuff that Tim Holtz has done. I'm okay with all of that. Okay, I think I'm going to put a little purple. My voice will. Alright, I'm going to put a little purple here. This comes out super fast. Ask me how I know that, Bella. It's a little bit too much. There, that's a little better. And a little bit of yellow. Just to throw that purple, that white back a little bit. Oh, jeez. Probably too much. I think Bella had a ball yesterday using this craft mat as like a jelly plate. Oh, paint everywhere. Okay, I'm going to dry this and I'll be back. Okay. Let's I'm not talking, am I? I keep forgetting to talk. Okay, I kind of like that. And then cut out these words. Delta, floodplain, highland, savanna, grasslands, flood cycles, which is all areas along this river. I like that. And I did this on that drawing program app that I have for Bella. And it's in typewriter font, which I love, but it's hard to find free. I don't know if it's just an Apple thing or what. I don't know. I was editing a video the other day. She said, Mima, there's an apple, there's an apple, there's an apple. I said, yeah. She says, do you have all the apples? I said, no. I said, there's actually an Apple Watch. She couldn't get that through her mind. She says, well, why is there an Apple? So that's the brand. Not sponsored by Apple, by the way. And I said, the man that invented it wanted something simple. That was his whole thought process. Oh. I didn't tell her there may have been LSD involved or whatever they say he was doing. Okay. Keep this flat. See, you learn about rivers, you learn about art, you learn about my dog's Monday habits, you learn about LSD. It's never ending here. I'm just joking, you know. Don't take drugs. Okay. Although, I must say, I come up with my best ideas after I've taken a Unisom. Just saying. Over the counter. Okay. Alright, now, I don't want to put these right in a row. I don't know if I want to cut off all the brown or leave some of the brown. But I kind of like them cascading down. Or do I want them in a bunch? Or in a couple bunches? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We could do 3 and 3. But I might do this. Have like one like that. And one like that. And maybe this one has both. I kind of like that. Just kind of staggering them in groups. And they're not cut out perfectly on purpose. Alright, now this one, let's start with this on the bottom. And then again, maybe not. Okay, I like that. Okay, so we did use our paper that we made about a week ago. And I think this is going to call for Stabilo all for sure around these words. One day I want to go to that hotel. I'm not even sure where it is. It's in a reserve somewhere where the giraffes, it's a Edwardian looking when the English were there in charge. Or are they still? I don't know. The giraffes come like and stick their heads through the windows and you eat breakfast with them. Yes, that's kind of touristy, but I would still love to do that. I guess I could go to the zoo here and feed the giraffes at breakfast time and bring a waffle. They have great giraffes here at our zoo. Our zoo is cool. Ooh, maybe that's an idea for later on in this week. Okay, later on this week, because it's going to be semi-warm. I mean, in the low 60s in the afternoon. I might go to the zoo, take pictures of all the animals, and come home and journal. Wouldn't that be fun? A journey and a journal. I have stuff to do on Monday and Tuesday. Today's the last with the contractor, I think. Pretty sure. And we don't have to stay there, but my sister's cat is really kind of nutsos, and she used to be mine. In fact, now that turned out pretty darn cool. We have paint, we have Stabilo all, we have book text, we have stamps, computer. I like how that looks, and before I didn't like this paper at all, but I backed it off a little bit and it looks okay. I like that. So one day this week we'll go to the zoo. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, it won't be crowded. It's a small zoo, but it's one of the best small zoos in the United States. I didn't say that, somebody else did. People that do those kind of calculations did. And it helps that the same man ran it, CEO of the zoo or whatever you call it, for a long time, almost as long as I've been here. He just left, retired 2 or 3 years ago. Not bad. Savanna, grasslands, flood cycles, delta, highlands, floodplains. No, flood cycles, floodplains. 2 different things, but kind of close. It's a good thing they're on different pages. I like how that turned out. Should I add a little purple in here? Let's see. Don't usually associate purple with rivers, but I do. That might be another, this is going to be like I Love Lucy. Add more flour, then you need more milk, then you add more flour, then you need more milk. Just kind of helps that book text blend in a little bit better. And now, look at there. I really like this a lot. Adding a tad more grunge. Okay. Perfect. See you all tomorrow.
Thanks for watching. You can follow me on Instagram right here, and I will see you all tomorrow.